So we hope that with these new facilities, not only will we be able to actually deliver a higher quality of care for our patients here, we'll also be in a position to repatriate some services which weren't being delivered before. We now have a head and neck service which wasn't being delivered previously, and a paediatric service, and an otology, more specific high-end otology service. So these are things that in the past have had to go to the UK. In particular, the one thing that we are really quite proud of is the repatriation of the paediatric aspects of the audiology service. So these are, in the past we could only do hearing testing for kids up to a certain age, and now we are able to undertake them up to or from the age of 3.5 upwards, which is already a massive feat, both in providing a service in-house for the betterment of the patient and from a cost saving as well.
And earlier you mentioned that the pediatric facilities will be able to cater for children with all sorts of ailments, and this is something that wasn't able to be provided in Gibraltar before. But who else from the community will be largely benefiting from these new facilities?
So you'll find that we'll go through the full range of ages that will actually be benefiting. We'll have our elderly people with hearing problems that will need assessment and potentially hearing aids, to our younger population where we'll be able to do more testing and clinic reviews within the ENT services with our new equipment that has also been purchased in the last sort of few months as well. So that allows us to investigate and manage these patients more appropriately in-house. But we will be managing and investigating patients of all ages. The advantage is that we will be able to deliver a higher quality of care for the patients when they're here, rather than having to, as it was in the past, more frequently refer them on to the UK for investigations.
Well, I'm actually very happy, extremely happy. The government and the GHITA have taken our recommendations to heart, and they've invested in what is an investment for the community. You must remember that in the past 40 years, it was just like a clinical room with a small booth and no room for expansion. The audiology was separate to the ENT. That was very hard for them to have effective communication between the departments, and that affected the quality of service. That came to light when we actually did, back in 2018, a survey together with the GHA of what we thought about the audiology service. So yeah, it's been a long journey, and now they've got this place, and hopefully soon they will have the right manpower to actually maximize their investment here. Because what we want to see outreach programs. We want to see children in schools being their hearing being tested, for the over 60s to have their hearing tested. At the moment, with one audiologist, that's not happening. So that will be in the next phase that we will be welcoming to see.